So I'm just expanding on my idea of buying European islands to help house the many desperate migrants that are trying to get into Europe at the moment. I've had the idea for years, but it wasn't until last year when I saw David Fidel's film The Land Between and Sarah Creta's film Number 9, which are about the plight of these sub-Saharan migrants that come up through sub-Saharan Africa up to the Moroccan border with Melilla and Ceuta, two Spanish enclaves in Morocco. It wasn't until I saw those films that I thought, oh, something's got to be done. There must be something we can do for these people. The majority of these people are virtually penniless, so they live in the forests, and their idea is to climb the horrendous fences that are on the two borders here. The Melilla ones, there's a triple fence with, in some places, barbed wire on the top, and over the past, I don't know, 10 years, a lot of people have got over, and they are held in the well, it's not a detention centre, it's an immigration centre there, until their documentation is sorted, which can take up to a year, sometimes more, and then they are allowed into Europe. But it's treacherous. They're treated extremely badly on the Moroccan side, quite often shoved back into Morocco if caught jumping the fences. It's not good at all. So I shot over there before Christmas. There probably wasn't any need to, but I just did. So the idea of buying islands came very much back into the forefront of my mind then. And there are 47 islands on one website for sale within the European community. There's one particular island 6 kilometres away from Lisbon in Portugal. It's just under £20 million. It's very flat. There's 840 acres of farmland there, which has been farmed at the moment, both arable and cattle. And there's some buildings on there already. I mean, if there's instant work there for somebody. I know this is all airy-fairy up in the stratosphere at the moment, but there are people out there with serious problems. There is money around, there is land around, and if we want to start solving these problems, perhaps this is a way of partially solving some of the problem. Got a list here. I guess what I've got to do is find a team or teams that could be brought into play to live out this dream, if you like to call it that. There's all sorts of difficulties, I know, lots of logistical problems, but they're all surmountable. I suppose one of the main problems is getting permission and documentation to allow people to stay in a different country. At the moment, I'm taking the sub-Saharan migrant situation for the moment. I mean, the documentation is crazy. It's they're undocumented. Is there a way in this world at the moment of getting such people taken out of horrendous situations temporarily and looked after until we can find better ways of housing, sheltering and giving them back their lives? So that's what I'm trying to do. Good end of day 2. Thank you for listening.